Good afternoon, good morning. It's Mark Johnson from Loyalty 360. I hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. Wanted to welcome you back to our discussion in Customer Loyalty Series, which used to be our Top 10 series. Loyalty 360 produces this series to address the challenges and opportunities brands are facing today regarding customer channel and brand loyalty. We hope to provide those running these programs with insight that can help them drive more efficacy and efficiency into their programs. Those on the Customer Loyalty Discussion Series are a select group of well-respected thought leaders in the customer experience and customer loyalty industry from both agencies and technology providers, as well as some consultants. We are privileged to receive their powerful perspective, their timely insight, but most importantly, the best practices that they are implementing with their clients to affect successful outcomes. The question we asked our thought leaders today was, looking 6 months, 1 year, or potentially 5 years into the future, how do you think loyalty programs, loyalty strategy, and customer experience will evolve? So let's go ahead and take a look.
I know there's a lot of conversation today about personalization, but I really do believe that the ability to serve precise experiences and content to customers in a way that feels one-to-one, even if it's not truly one-to-one behind the scenes, I think that's where consumers are going to drive loyalty very, very quickly. There's lots of technologies that everyone loves to explore: connected car, frictionless checkout, curbside, and those will have varying degrees of value depending on the retailer and the retailer's industry. But I believe that the real key here is to have a platform that's flexible enough to support the retailer's program evolution in any or all of those directions as they become valuable to the business.
Yeah, I think there's always different ways of getting customer feedback, right? And so connecting the dots between consumers and transactions has been an interesting change. I think that there'll always be new ways of listening, right? We're talking to clients and they're looking at things like using video in stores to assess facial recognition and understand if that customer's happy or not, right? And so I think the technology will continue to evolve and become less touch, maybe more unsolicited feedback, right? Different passive ways of collecting that information about a customer could be interesting, but I still believe that the fundamental things that are important are not going to change. When somebody has a challenge in a retail or restaurant setting and they want someone to respond to them, they want the path of least resistance, and they want to be able to get a response quickly and know that changes are being made. So I think all the different ways you listen could change over time. They didn't change for a long time, then they all changed rapidly, but I think how we take action on it, I don't think that part is going to change in terms of expectations of a consumer.
It's an interesting concept, and we saw a lot of it start to happen during COVID, and I think there's just going to be a lot less asking customers what they want and requiring them to act and jump through our hoops, and more auto-generated insights that just make that experience better. I mean, 2020, what we experienced for the first time in electronic history, that more searches were done by voice than they were by typing and clicking, right? To go find where's the thing that I need. And by the way, 30% of those devices didn't even have a screen. And so that's this new world where we're just kind of talking and engaging with machinery, and AI is speaking back to us in ways, or else it's not even speaking to us, it's just learning and acting on it. So we're going to see things that are less incentive based and more generous with amazing experiences that just feel good and right, and they propel me to want to talk about it. And it's done again through AI, through machine learning, but that can only happen. Those tools are only useful if you're capturing and making available behavioral, emotional, and transactional data to those machine learning models so that you can act on them in a way that's meaningful.
There is a very strong shift of moving away from just transaction, and that's to more of streaming data, click data, behavior data, marrying all kinds of data together, right? So I do think, and you should, and this is a trend we've been seeing in China for about 3-4 years now, that a lot of social loyalty runs on WeChat, very game-led, very very engagement-led. I think that's going to be really, really the new norm. Probably 6 months, 1 year or so. Then if you, the other question was a 5-year view, right? What do you think will happen in 5 years? I have a small story right on this. So, before we had, the Google Maps or any of the map products that we have today, if you had to go from one city to the other, you'd have this big map, right? And you'd have someone sitting beside you in the car and saying, no, you have to take a left now, you have to take a right now, right? So I think the loyalty world today from a business standpoint is kind of like that. You're running a program, you have someone sitting on the side in an agency or, someone who you think is an expert telling you that, look, it'll take me 3 days to come back and tell you what you should do next, what you should do next after that. I do think the pace at which AI and machine learning are progressing, I think in a few years, and we've been doing some of those experiments, we're calling it as a nudge framework, right? How do you nudge a user or the CRM manager? And we think, it'll kind of be like Google Maps. It'll tell you that, look, take right, take left, you don't need to bother much. And I do think in a 5-year view, I think decision making through AI would get to a place where what today happens through very complicated decks and large teams might actually really happen through very simple UIs straight inside a software, telling a marketer that, look, I think here are possible 3 things for you to do, and here's why we're suggesting it.
We hope you enjoyed today's discussion on a forward look on customer loyalty, how customer loyalty programs and strategy will look 6 months, a year, and potentially 5 years in the future. Remember to check back every Wednesday for a new edition in the series, and each Thursday, please join us on YouTube for our Throwback Thursday series, which features compiled responses from leading brands on customer channel and brand loyalty. These are also on topics that are very germane and of interest to the industry. Please subscribe to the series, leave us some feedback, and make sure to visit loyalty360.org daily for more thoughts and perspectives from the industry on customer channel and brand loyalty. Thank you very much for watching.